Okay. Do. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. Okay, let's see. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Yeah. All right, whatever. Hi guys, welcome back. Wanted to talk today about or react to the Santa Inc. trailer. Definitely going to get a copyright claim on this because I'm not a big channel, obviously, and watching a trailer and can't keep the volume down because, well, I'm reacting to it and I want you guys to see it too. You know what? This has been making its rounds. People have already been reacting to this trailer and just, trashing it. just, there isn't any new big Christmas movie. I don't think that's come out within, recent years. Nothing that's been super popular or just been a good Christmas movie. I mean, all the best ones are in the past. I mean, we really haven't gotten anything that's been like something to put in most people's, stack of Christmas movies to watch at the end of the year. This is the most popular thing, I think, Christmas movie wise that's come out. So, yeah, Seth Rogen's new movie. So, let's just jump right into the trailer, and then I want to say a few things about just Santa Claus in general, my thoughts on the character, the origin of Santa, and why I think not a lot of feminists, not a lot of people who would strongly agree with Seth Rogen, why they're not coming to his defense, and why there aren't many critic reviews, or we haven't seen the number of critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. And as you can see on the corner of the screen, I have Seth Rogen's tweet here. We really pissed off tens of thousands of white supremacists with our new show, Santa Inc., which is now available on HBO Max. Please read the responses to this tweet for confirmation. It's always nice when you tweet something out or make a post and then you do that as kind of a childish way of saying any comments down below are not valid criticisms of my movie or product that I'm selling you because they're all whites, just because I say so. They're racist, they're white supremacists. There were a lot of tweets, a lot of comments, a lot of people saying, hey, black guy here saying, I hate this movie and it's garbage. So anyway, we can get into that later. Let's watch the trailer.
When you're a kid, there's only one day a year more special than any other day, and that day is Christmas. And we are the magic behind that day. So let's get these kids some presents.
May I present the hardest working man in Snowbiz? Good golly, he's jolly. Our own Santa Claus!
Hey, Merry Christmas. Whoa, you're on my naughty list.
I thought that was...
Good news, sir.
I liked it. I thought it was tasteful.
Believe in you than they do in vaccines or the Holocaust.
Not the nudity,
Great.
the
I mean, disheartening for America, but great for us.
my censorship. I thought was tasteful.
I'm here from the North Pole Times. Have you decided who will succeed you as Santa Claus?
Subtext: Santa's old and knocking on death's door. Good question. I'll give it some serious thought. Ha ha ho ho ho. Bye.
There have been many Santa Clauses throughout history. Some were loved, others loathed. But the position of Santa has mostly been a white man's game.
Exactly. It's crazy. Things have got to change.
My advice to you is, oh, if I die, get rid of my porn!
I want to be the next Santa.
If this is your dream, you have to at least make your case.
You gotta get intimate with that jolly.
I know you're right, but do you really have to call me every time you say something?
Yes.
Lots and lots of curse words make a movie funny, I guess. It's
Let's
just...
go over what we know. Santa and the board are all male and all white. They play golf, drink, smoke cigars, say things like, don't ever marry your mistress.
Just so you know, the women of the North Pole make fun of one of your have fun wondering whose it is. What I need to learn is how to bro out with these guys. You know, shoot the
She has ideas, but can she really be the face of Christmas?
Yeah.
I'll be named successor or die trying.
the trailer itself before getting into the whole, Seth Rogen getting angry on Twitter and the reviews, Rotten Tomatoes, and which you saw me post a picture. I'm pretty sure it's lower than that. I'm pretty sure it's like 3% right now, the audience score. That picture I use is not 4% anymore. And the critic score is not available. So not enough people have actually reviewed, not enough critics, official critics have reviewed this movie to give it a critic score. Not sure if that's because they're not interested or it just came out December 2nd, but no, plenty of TV shows and movies have gotten critic review scores quickly, very quickly. And this is viral right now. So is it because they're not interested? They don't care. It's just not worth their time. I'm not sure. Someone made a theory that, hold on, let me just, okay. So yeah. So, audience score 4% and critic score, not enough critic reviews to get anything on there. I saw some YouTuber made like a theory, like they were like super suspicious of Rotten Tomatoes because usually on Rotten Tomatoes underneath the audience score and the critic score you can see the number of critic reviews. Like for say Wonder Woman, when Wonder Woman came out, the first one, I remember it was like 240 critics reviewed it. You could see the number under the percentage on the left. 240 reviews, critics have reviewed this so far, it said, and then you get your percentage. But here, there's no percentage under the audience score. I don't know. I know people have been talking about that too recently. I'm not sure because I'm not sure if I know of any situations where the critic review is not out yet. So is that why there's no number under the audience score? Are we not supposed to get that until the number of critics from the audience? Are we not supposed to get that number until there's a critic score? I don't know if that's how the system works. If not, yeah, I'd be suspicious too. But I just thought I'd bring that up. And going back to the trailer, hold on. Okay, so just back to the movie in general, just talking about this film. Apart from the agenda, apart from that's part of the film. I'm not going to exclude that. But just trying to be funny, like nothing in here made me laugh. If I was laughing, it was just because of like how bad it was. Like I'm just laughing at the amount of language there is. Like I don't think that automatically makes something less funny, but when it's too much. It's just way too much, and that's all they have going for them is like, hey, here's a bunch of bad words, here's a bunch of cursing. With what? What is it layered on top of? It's layered on top of bad jokes and some very tired old jokes. The whole person is in a near-death experience or thinks they're going to die, and the whole delete my browser history joke is old, tired, and needs to go or needs to wait a very, very long time before somebody makes that joke in a movie or TV show again, because nobody laughs at that. That's not funny. That was, and then on top of that, they had it stretched out, like the elf was in the air flying around, and he was like stretching out his sentences like, oh my goodness, we have to suffer for like 10 seconds while you get this old, tired joke out, and there really wasn't another joke in like the whole trailer. There really wasn't. It's a comedy, right? It's not just a political agenda, Seth. It's actually supposed to be a comedy. We're supposed to laugh. It's supposed to be funny. I mean, that was the only joke. I didn't see another joke. The whole movie, it was the beginning of the trailer where Santa's being interviewed, and one of them asks, who's going to be your successor? And then Santa says, oh, I know what you're saying. You're saying that I'm getting old and I'm going to die soon. I'm on death's door. F you. And again, a tired old cliche where you have a lovable person or character say something obscene, and then the crowd goes, oh my goodness, a reaction like that from a crowd, from a group of people on the street, something, and then that lovable, nice character goes, no, and then they say something nice. That's a cliche. That's an old joke. It wasn't funny. I mean, did you really expect us to watch that and laugh? Like, oh, it's Santa. Santa said a curse word, and now he's being nice and saying ho ho ho. Like, okay, yeah, it's not funny. I mean, what was that a joke? There was an elf that flashed Santa. Was that supposed to be funny? Was there supposed to be a joke there? I mean, Cars did it. Shouldn't have said that. Sorry. Don't look that up. Don't ruin your childhoods. But, and I mean, even that in and of itself was only funny for a few adults who got that joke, but this was just out in the open. It's just, here's some nudity on an animated little figurine. I mean, Santa saying you're on my naughty list. Just I'm going to stop talking about that here. Just it's not funny. It's not funny. There's nothing funny about it. There's no real good comedy here. It's a bunch of tired old cliche jokes. Nice person says something obscene. A group of people goes, "Oh my goodness, did that person say it?" It's like, "Oh, I take it back." And then the delete my pornography, delete my browser history joke. And that's it. And then the rest of the trailer, the rest of it, it's like how long is this? It's just like a almost 3.5 minute long trailer, or 3 minute trailer. This thing is just, the rest of it is just pushing their message, which is that Santa has always been white. Santa has always been a white male, and we need to change that. And apparently it needs to be a pink or purple female elf. So she wants to be Santa. And so I guess they're going to try to prove in the movie that, they're trying to avoid having someone other than a white male Santa, because apparently the board of directors with Santa are white supremacists, racist men. Obviously, it's Seth Rogen's movie, so he can make them whatever he wants, and I'm going to assume that's what they are. Why do people have a problem with this? Because you're taking something that was created, a fictional aspect, a bunch of fictional aspects thrown on top of an actual historical figure, and you're trying to make it evil and wrong and paint him as a bad person. Even if he changes later on in the movie and he's like, "Oh, okay, I was racist, I was wrong, I'm gonna let you be the next Santa," it's still, you painted him at first. You painted Santa as a racist. You painted his friends as racist, and that they're trying to keep Santa white solely based on the fact that he needs to be white and a male. You've taken a fictional world that was created for the holidays, the world of the North Pole is real, but the fictional world of Santa's workshop in the North Pole, Santa being fictional. And one moment. Okay. So just to, clarify, and that's my 2 cents on why I think people are pissed off about this, is because you took something that was normally, he's a good person. Normally, he's a good person who wants to give to children and give to children based on good behavior. Like, those things were created based off the actual historical figure. Well, not really that aspect. That was added, the little detail of, he won't give you presents, he'll give you coal if you're bad, or he'll give you presents if you're good. You've taken a character like that, a good, lovable character, and you've said, in this movie, he's racist and it needs to change. And he's always been portrayed as white. And this could actually be Seth saying, like, hey, Santa is always portrayed as white in the media and, marketing, and so this needs to change. Okay, well, I want to say this sounds very familiar to me. It sounds, it sounds exactly the same as when we got the all-female Ghostbusters. You remember that? We got the all-female Ocean's 11. Well, it was Ocean's, 8 or something? And people were saying, even a lot of men and women were like, stop doing this. Stop taking our very popular, very good, all male movies and just very lazily taking those and changing them to all female. Why don't you go out and create your own? Why don't you? I think I'm a little too loud here. Why don't you actually go out and create your own all-female original story? Why do you need to piggyback on these films? Why can't you make your own original action movie? And anyway, I just wanted to point out something I noticed that I don't know if could be relevant. I don't know if it's, I think it's a fair theory, just that I noticed a lot of people, especially feminists, when they wanted to defend those movies, one of the arguments I saw, which was pretty popular, was, look, they're fictional characters. Look, they're Ghostbusters. They aren't real. They don't exist. Look, it's, Ocean's 11 didn't really happen. They're not real people, so we're taking the same story and just making it all female. So what, and one of the arguments I saw was that they're not real. We can do whatever we want. They're not real. And that was a strong argument for them. With Santa, again, like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't see a lot of people rushing to Seth Rogen's defense. And usually when Seth Rogen does something controversial, makes something controversial, just says something, tweets something, there's a lot of people that argue in his defense. There's a lot of people that, argue against him. And there are these Twitter battles, there are these online debates, and he stirs up kind of a little war. Here, it's one-sided. It seems to just be him and his co-star, and pretty much no one else. Like, there's hardly anyone defending him online. It's just whatever your political background, if you're liberal, Democrat, Republican, conservative, everybody hates this movie. Most people are not defending it. And I was curious why. Maybe it's because a lot of people know that Santa's a real person. Like, Santa was actually based on a real person. And so I just want to read this real quick. This is just history.com if you want to look it up yourself. So, the legend of St. Nicholas, the real Santa Claus. Let's see. The legend of Santa Claus can be traced back hundreds of years to a monk named St. Nicholas. It is believed that St. Nicholas was born sometime around 280 AD in Patara, near Myra, in modern-day Turkey. Much admired for his piety and kindness, St. Nicholas became the subject of many legends. It is said that he gave away all his inherited wealth and traveled the countryside helping the poor and sick. That's what I've heard also, is that he's a man who's famous in Turkey for he gave away all his possessions to help people. One of the best-known St. Nicholas stories is the time he saved 3 poor sisters from being sold into slavery or prostitution by their father by providing them with a dowry so that they could be married. Over the course of many years, Nicholas's popularity spread, and he became known as the protector of children and sailors. His feast day is celebrated on the anniversary of his death, December 6th, traditionally considered a lucky day to make large purchases or to get married. By the Renaissance, St. Nicholas was the most popular saint in Europe, even after the Protestant Reformation. When the veneration of saints began to be discouraged, St. Nicholas maintained a positive reputation, especially in Holland. How does he become Santa? How does this work into that? St. Nicholas made his first inroads into American popular culture towards the end of the 18th century. December 1773, and again in 1774, a New York newspaper reported that groups of Dutch families had gathered to honor the anniversary of his death. Sinterklaas. It's a shortened form of Sint Nicholas, Dutch for St. Nicholas. In 1804, John Pintard, a member of the New York Historical Society, distributed woodcuts of St. Nicholas at the Society's annual meeting. The background of the engraving contains how now familiar Santa images, including stockings filled with toys and fruit hung over a fireplace. In 1809, Washington Irving helped to popularize the Sinterklaas stories when he referred to St. Nicholas as the patron saint of New York in his book, The History of New York. As his prominence grew, Sinterklaas was described as everything from a rascal with a blue three-cornered hat, red waistcoat, and yellow stockings, to a man wearing a broad-brimmed hat and a huge pair of Flemish trunk hose. And then you can read more about how he was put into Christmas, how he was applied there as the month of December, and mixing that with Christmas, which was already based on celebrating the birth of Christ. Okay, so those are my thoughts. That's my reaction to the trailer. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch the movie. Not sure if I'm going to get an HBO Max subscription because of that. There's this tweet. We really pissed off tens of thousands of white supremacists. There are a lot of people in the comments on his Twitter, a lot of people saying, hey, I'm a black man. Hey, I'm a black woman. Hey, I'm black. I'm white. I'm brown. I'm this and that. And they're like, we hate your movie. Your movie is not funny. Your movie is terrible. We don't need you to do this to a beloved holiday character in order to push your message and your agenda. And I agree with that. I wanted to include one of the most popular responses here. Octoman Grand Prix champion tweeted, why are all the reindeer black stereotypes then? Oh my gosh. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure that's something Seth Rogen has complained about in the past. But regardless, yeah, it's not funny. And as for the message, as for whatever he's trying to promote, yeah, like you're taking, I don't know, I don't want to keep repeating it. You're taking a fictional, lovable character and saying we're going to paint him as this, a racist, and his board of directors, his friends, his probably fellow elves too, other elves working for him. And it's just, there's, how did you expect that to be popular? How did you expect that storyline to be popular? It seems that even a lot of feminists hate this movie. They're like, I'm pretty sure that's why he's not getting a lot of, defense from them, is because they're probably watching this like, hey, you could have used anything else to promote our feminist message. Why did you have to take lovable Santa Claus and paint him this way? Not only that, it's not funny. There are no good jokes in this movie. From the trailer I've seen, there's no good jokes. And from people who have watched the entire thing, I've heard nothing but bad reviews. Obviously. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on it. That's what's going viral right now. Not sure if I'll make another video on this, simply because I don't know. I if he says something that goes viral, I'll probably talk about it because he's already been responding to tweets. I think there's an interview with him. Not sure if I want to go watch that. I don't know. I don't know if his defense in an interview is going to be any different than that tweet we saw. I'll see what happens, and I might make another video on it if it gets popular again and he says something super viral. But other than that, no, I think this is it. I just wanted to react to the trailer and give my thoughts on it. So I'm hoping we finally get a good Christmas movie. It seems that, when it comes to a stack of Christmas movies that we watch every year, I guarantee you, most people, their stack of Christmas movies that they start watching December 1st, it usually consists of a lot of older movies, early 2000s, and, in the 90s. It's nothing from 2015 and up. We haven't made a good classic. I'm really hopeful for that. I'm really hopeful someone will make a good Christmas movie. But this definitely wasn't it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the next video.